Hello, and welcome to another episode of Amateur Hour. My name is Obed Velez, and with me is what's left of Mr. Joel Young. It's what remains of Mr. Joel Young.
I am what you made me.
Oh, oh,
No,
I
I'm
am not
great,
your
man. How are you
failure,
doing?
Joel. Although I did fail. Oh, hard. How are you, sir? How's it going? That was an
Oh, you
interesting
know
bit.
what? Life is just sweet and dandy. That was. You know what? Got everyone who's watching on the video version, apologies for some of the technical issues. We're trying our best here, but you know what? To everyone who's here anyways, thank you for being with us. We've got a great show coming for you. So much to talk about, so much to cover. Obed, let me start with you. What's up, man?
Doing good, doing good. Been very busy. It's been a very busy week. But we're here. Nothing much. Still going at it on Elden Ring. Not much to say there. Doing some decent progress. But I do want to talk about Joe, one of my most anticipated games of the year. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. So I went ahead and canceled that pre-order that I had for the physical version, and I got it on PlayStation. I went ahead and just bought the digital version on PlayStation. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna wait. So the game is really good. If you are into old school kind of arcade style brawlers, excellent game. It's really long, too. It's probably the longest. I would say brawler ever made because it's 16 stages, but they're pretty substantial, and some of them are definitely longer than others. But it's there's a lot of meat to it. It's really good, plays well, looks great, sounds great. Yep, it checks all the boxes basically. Very good. I finished it. Well, we finished it. I played with my daughter, so we both did the
Oh,
co-op.
cool.
Yep, very good. Interestingly enough, Joel, and I did not know this until later. I mean, it's something that to me is not a deal breaker, right? But the PlayStation versions of the game only support four-player uh, couch, six-player online. The other versions of the game, the Xbox and Switch versions, do support six-player local. So if you're out there and you're interested in getting the game, keep that in mind. I've seen video of six-player, and it's too much happening. Right? It's cool, but I think the four-player is more than enough for a group of people to have a good time. Great party game. Like if
Right. That's what I was thinking.
yeah, if you have a group of people and you just want to play something that's fun, quick, and not too hard, yeah, definitely, dude. Because there's a lot of stuff happening, and it's pretty cool, and it's just fun. Highly recommend it. It's only $25. Very good. Yeah, not much to say there. It's great. Yeah, it's what I expected that game to be, and I'm happy with that. So I'm waiting for the Cowabunga
Nice.
collection, which I had pre-ordered on Switch already. So I'm waiting on that to come out, just to do some comparisons with the older stuff. But it's it's good. It has a lot of charm. The voice actors are from the '80s cartoon are back, and it's just very charming overall. Not too hard. There's like if you do want a challenge, it does have an arcade mode where you have credits and you can bump up the difficulty, and that way you can have yourself a little bit of a challenge. But we only had a game over maybe three times. We had like an actual like game over. Um, so it's not, and we played it on the regular. I didn't put it on easy. It's like my daughter's playing with me. I'm not even gonna put it on easy. We're gonna go normal on this one. And now she did good. Like even as a kid, it's super easy to get into. So I told her like this button does this one does this one does this, and you move. And she's like okay, and she got it, dude. And we had a blast. So it was a lot of fun. So yeah, very very good game. Highly recommend it if it's available on everything. You know, other than I don't know, your toaster or your phone or whatever. Probably available soon on phones as well. But yeah, good stuff. There. How are you, man?
Fairness. Yeah, not too much to update you all on. One thing I was able to do, two things I'll up to you on. I'll give a gaming update first. I actually jumped in and started God of War last weekend. Yep, launched the PS4
Boy.
version on PS5. Yeah, boy, that voice, man, what a great
Yeah,
voice. Um, yeah, I like it. You
it's
know, it's
good.
intense. It's good.
Yeah.
It had kept my attention. It felt very cinematic. You know, I'll just spoilers for the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you get to this point where this guy is like Odin's son or whatever shows up to your doorstep, what a great twist! Because
The
I'm like,
stranger. Yeah.
who's this? Yeah, the stranger. I'm like, who's this jabroni think he is coming at my
Mm,
door talking? And the next thing you know, you're like, oh snap,
yeah.
this is gonna be
Yeah.
something.
You'll find out.
Um,
You'll find out.
okay.
In the story. So
Okay, yeah,
it's good.
I look forward to getting into it more. Yeah, I'll probably play some more this weekend for sure. But no, it's really good, really
It's
good.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah. That
and
that intro, like the first time you boot it up,
oh
and
yeah,
you chopping down the tree, like that's the first thing you do. Oh, it's so good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
I bet
Nice.
it looks great on PS5. I haven't tried it,
Oh, dude, yeah,
but
performance mode right away.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I bet it's like super smooth. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
I
gorgeous.
haven't. Mhm. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Rob say it's gorgeous, and I think like I'm not that much into the like the past God of War. I think we've talked about before on the
Yeah.
show. Like
Same here.
I played a little bit of the third one. Was just didn't get my thing, but I'm in because you recommended it. Other people recommended it.
Yeah.
It's good. After I'm done with this, then I'll jump into Horizon.
Yeah. Yeah. The story's really good. Um, and I think the dynamic between them, between Atreus and Kratos, is really good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
worth it. It's awesome. So I really
absolutely.
enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to Ragnarok whenever that happens. I guess
I know.
November as of now with the rumors. So who knows?
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Cool. Yeah.
And then the one other update that I want to give you all is I saw a very small independent film by the name of Lightyear. When it went out and got to catch that one. Um, I have loved Buzz Lightyear just growing up like that. That was always Woody. I didn't like him. As I get
Oh,
older, I
okay.
don't like him more. Like
Interesting.
I think it's just the character. Like he's always jealous. He's insecure. I understand that he's a different kind of character. He's for some people that's their thing. Just wasn't my thing. But Buzz Lightyear, loved Buzz Lightyear. So of course, they're making the origin, the thing, like the way it starts out, really good. They set up the whole thing of, this is the guy who, this is the movie that Andy saw, right? They make that clear. I'm not gonna spoil, but I will say when it starts off and some of the font they use, dude, it looks like something out of iMovie. It doesn't look good. It looks like iMovie
Whoa.
font, dude. Like very basic. Like I was looking at this and I'm like, I could have made that. Like that's not
Interesting.
hard to do. But then when you get to the actual movie, it's gorgeous. Oh my goodness, it is one of the best that Disney has put out, in recent history. And they've done a lot of really good stuff with their tech, right? But that was just a weird thing that stuck out to me. With all that being said, I liked the movie, but I didn't like it as much as I thought I was gonna like it. It's a good time. I think like families and kids, I laughed a lot of funny jokes and good stuff. There's a twist in the movie that I'm not crazy about, um, but at the same time, it's one of those twists where you can see where they intentionally left the door open to fix their own thing. Like there's like one line that's said, and I was like,
Oh,
okay, okay. And it's funny because a lot of people have been saying the same thing online, where
interesting.
like it kind of made them feel a little uncomfortable. But it's not like overtly like too much, but it makes you, I don't know. It's not what you would expect necessarily, like based on what's the whole movie is kind of set up to be. But it's still a good movie. It's still a good time. I definitely enjoyed it. I think I could see why it's not getting the buzz that that they thought Buzz Lightyear might have gotten, because as cool as it is, there's some stuff that probably could be fixed, but there will be more. There definitely has to be more. There, without spoiling, there are three post credit scenes, and the last one's the most important one. It's after, like, when I say after the credits roll, the Disney logo goes across, and then it comes up. Like, it's like
Whoa,
I would have left the theater if I didn't know that there was three.
that's
There was
crazy.
most people left because I mean, usually when you finally see the logo, like, it's done. No, man. So don't get up too fast. The most important ones at the end. Anyways, good. Enjoyed it. Definitely look forward to when you get to catch a fly on Disney Plus. I'm sure it'll be on there, like, August or like into July or something, right? Because it's like 45 days, that window that they've been doing. So I'm sure you'll catch it soon enough, and I'm sure you'll like it because it's a nice movie.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out when it comes out
Yeah.
on Disney Plus for sure. Cool, nice. Joel, you ready?
Let's get into it, guys. This
Okay.
is what you've been waiting for.
All right. Spoilers for the entirety of Star Wars, including the TV shows. Just you're being warned. Uh, I mean, come on. If you're tuning in, you already know, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
I'm
not
gonna
a
talk
show for the
about.
cat. We're not a show for the casuals, but we try to help make the
Yeah.
casuals join us.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah,
Welcome everyone.
You're everyone's welcome. Yeah.
Yep.
Before I go into the last episode, I want to address something that I felt just thinking about the entirety of the series. This was clearly a movie, dude. This was clearly a movie, and this is, when you and I started thinking, I was like, this is like when you play a game and you feel like a game should have ended 10 hours ago and it's still going. That's basically how I felt. And the best example I can give you is Resident Evil 6. There's no reason why Resident Evil 6 is 30 hours long when you can do it in 15. Like RE4, way better game. It's about 14 hours if you play it slow. That said, it does feel like this was a movie, and they said, it's like, listen, let's go ahead and make a show out of it. Let's not do a movie, let's do a show. Pad it, basically, like put stuff in it. And as a whole, that's how it feels. So, kind of unfortunate, right? Because we all really wanted, Obi-Wan and the show as a whole, and of course the character to be the center of attention, and he was. But we can, that's something that's up for debate too, according to some people. Anywho, this last episode, 10 out of 10, excellent. Yeah, if you cut those two middle episodes and you do episode 1, episode 2, and episode 6, perfect. That's your movie. That's what it should have been. Basically.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Of course, like the moment that everyone talks about is the helmet, the slice of the helmet. We got to just talk about it, dude. Because it was incredible, and I love how that moment there took the two best scenes in Rebels and just mashed it into one,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
really good. I teared up, and
Yeah.
it was really good. The fighting choreography. Okay, I was like, why is this episode so damn dark? It's like, not dark in like,
No, no.
scary. It's like, I can't see crap, dude. It's like,
I had to watch it at night again just to, like, fully, seriously, night, and turned every light off around me.
it's like my HDR
It's
was
too
acting
dark.
up. Yeah, I don't
No,
know
it's
what.
dark.
I don't know. It was like my HDR was acting up because I watched like YouTube recaps, right? And then they don't look as dark, but again, HDR is not turned on. But I mean, unless I have a problem with the HDR on my TV, but holy crap. It's like, I can't see anything. I was like, what's that? Like, is Riva talking? I can't see anything on the screen. It was all dark. Yeah, it's like,
Old man Obed.
oh yeah, it's like, oh, is that Vader? It's like, you split my glasses. It's like, it's not Vader. I can't see his face. I don't see his like the lighting, like the outline.
I hear a voice.
Yeah, but it was so good, dude. Like the way they did it was just absolutely phenomenal. Putting Obi-Wan in like another level, right? And he's starting to believe, kind of like in the Matrix, right? Oh, so good. So good. Go ahead, man, because we'll go back and forth on this one.
I mean, especially this moment, like you're talking about, this is the moment that is the best of all of everything. There is, like, I remember before this, I was like, oh, what's your favorite moment in this entire series? Like, this is it, guys. This is it. And it's not just because of the characters in it, but it's because of how well it was executed.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people, understand when you see Revenge of the Sith and then you watch A New Hope and you see the fight that Kenobi has with Vader. It was a different time, right? Like, you watch A New Hope and you see, like, it's like they're not really doing too
it's
crazy,
pretty stiff,
right?
yeah. And it was because of technology limitations, and rotoscoping was really hard to do back then, and it was a relatively new technology, yeah.
It's a different time. And then you watch Revenge of the Sith, and you're like, oh my gosh, that is insane live action sword fighting. So yeah, this here, what was great about it was that they changed it because they weren't recreating the Revenge of the Sith fight, but they also weren't like, oh, they're old now, let's make them fight the way they do in A New Hope. There's a lot of really great, like, if you just want to break down the fight alone, there's a lot of great balance between using the strength of the Force, right? Whether that's, when he's knocking off the cliff, or, being buried, or the jump that he makes for the slice of the face. I mean, I've seen a lot of really good slow-mos of that where essentially he just leaps towards him and slashes directly at his face. I mean, that's not the shot you take when you're trying to talk to your friend. He went for the head. I mean,
yeah, he did.
That was intense. I love that.
Yeah, it was like his when he was trying to get to Qui-Gon. And he was like, whether he dies or I die, we gotta, I gotta do this.
This ends now.
Yeah.
This is it. Now, obviously, no, it doesn't end there, but that's the idea of the emotions behind what's going on in that scene.
Yep.
I understand that a lot of people who are Vader, lovers are like, oh, he wouldn't go down because he's just getting rocks thrown at him.
Are you kidding me? No,
I think you misunderstand what's going on in this fight. As hardcore as they're going, they also are pulling a little bit of the punches. Like, you have moments where they go hard and then moments where they kind of ease back, right? And that's why when you get that dialogue between the two, when he does have it smashed, and Anakin, it's almost like that is like the Anakin part of him speaking, where he's like, don't blame yourself, I did this. Like, I actually didn't take that as like an aggressive thing. I actually took it more as the somewhat of the human side in him trying to actually speak.
Actually taking responsibility for what he did,
Exactly.
And it's like, instead of blaming Obi-Wan, where in Mustafar, he blamed Obi-Wan for everything. And now it's different. It was like, no, I realized that I did this,
Right. And even the scene before where he's like, what have you become? I am what you made, right? That this one here, it's different because this is like Anakin, like, fully the circle, right?
And it's great because we get you get character development for Obi-Wan, right? You're also getting character development from Anakin from the prequels and Vader, because you get to the end where now Vader is going to be more focused and more. It's like, okay, he beat me up, now I gotta step up and be able to become a master, right? So So, because it was like he was at a point where Vader, that he was, I guess, content with his position. He knows that no one's gonna beat him and everyone's afraid of him, right? But then here comes Obi-Wan, and he's like, oh no, he's still like tough, and give him a good fight. So, he realizes that he needs to grow more and be, that character development that we see on Vader, where he's not in the show, he's more, I guess, impulsive and he's not like thinking things through or well enough, where we see this more calm Vader in episode 4 and even in Rogue One, right? But we see it in episode 4, and then we do see some of the more agitated Vader on Empire when he starts like choking people left and right, and it's like, oh no, like Skywalker is there, you need to go there. Like we see him go back once he figures out the Luke thing. So I think that the whole arc for both characters was really good. So
yeah, I can agree. I think when we look at the last 2 episodes, they were Obi-Wan episodes finally, and it's Obi-Wan had been throughout the series, where the narrative came from, but it was lacking because it just felt like his attention was other places than what maybe we would have liked. But it pays off in the end when you finally get to see how they wrap it together with this moment that we're talking about, this showdown. The line that is said, "I will do what I must," and he does the pose right away, right?
Yeah.
Thing which okay, let's get into like what happens with Rebels, right? Like even the fight that happens in A New Hope, like I tell you, man, this fight I could break down like crazy, because it's been said, like when you look at the fight in Rebels with Maul, he at first he does the same pose, right, that he does here and he's done in the prequels, and then he stops and he makes a serious face, and then he goes back into his position right where he's holding against his chest.
Yeah, using the Qui-Gon technique, because that's basically the ending of the show. Is like we'll go
exactly. And so and also he realizes every time he's fought that way, he didn't win because that was the same move that was done before. So he changes, and that's something I remember, like Filoni explaining how like a samurai calculates their moves before they do it. So it's not about they make less moves that like the older they get to finish their opponent. It's like the same thing here. It's like he's like before he does anything, he's already calculating which moves he's gonna do before he does it, and you see that happen throughout the fight. It's just so well done, man.
One thing that I do want to point out is that the last 2 episodes, which were arguably the best episodes in the entire show, were co-written by Andrew Stanton that wrote Finding Nemo. So you can tell where you can tell, right? The switch. And again, it's the padding. It's like watching it as a whole, like the whole Inquisitorius thing was completely unnecessary, and that was padding, right? A lot of the in-betweens, right? It's padding. You even without the padding, you would have been able to take the story that you wanted to tell about Obi-Wan, and the story you wanted to tell about Reva, because arguably she is a secondary character. In here, right? She's part of a separate plot, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and even without the padding, you could have been able to tell both stories and not, I think honestly, like as a movie, it probably would have worked out better. Yeah, it might have been a little longer movie, but as a movie with a movie budget, I think it would have been better. That said, the part that I got really choked up and got really teary eyed was the part with Leia when he's telling Leia, like, you're kind and righteous, and it's like, oh my god, dude. And then because the Leia theme always gets me, right?
I know.
and friggin'
Harry, bro.
And now it's like, like watching it as a parent of a little girl, right?
Oh, sure.
It hits you different, and like, yeah, the Anakin Obi-Wan thing was really strong, right, for the dudes, right? But then when you watch that part, it's like, oh, that really like hit me right in the face, dude. It was so good, so good. So I think for me that's the part that stood out the most, because that's the part that really got me emotional, right? But like, the fight itself was really good. What about the thing about Amberu? And it's like, oh, let's take this. It's like now. So here's the thing. Now I'm gonna think about A New Hope and think that Amberu just went down in a blaze of glory.
Bro, when she died, she didn't go out. It wasn't as easy as you thought, like.
Yeah, no,
she went down fighting, bro.
Right, yeah. So now we know that they, the stormtroopers just didn't show up and just killed Amberu, right?
No.
They probably just took a couple of stormtroopers with them, and that's fun, right? as dark as it is, right?
But I actually really like Uncle Owen. Like how the whole thing with him, dude.
Yeah.
I really like, because there's a lot. I know it could seem really simple, but like I don't know. Like I'm not saying that like I didn't understand him before, but I feel like I understand him better, because like in the first episode, I think it's the first episode, when the Inquisitors show up and they're talking to him, and it's like, she's straight up questioning, like, where is, whatever. And he's like, I hate the Jedi, like all this kind of stuff, whatever. He's not lying. He hates these people. And like, of all the people to ask, I was like, of course he's going to say that. Why wouldn't he hate them? Every time they show up, his life gets ruined. I mean, it's like, if you think about it, like what happened with Shmi, what happens this thing here, he's trying to protect the kid, and here comes these people again ruining his life. Now his knees, they show when it gets all busted up, he falls
down.
He's got the limp now, and he's got to walk. What you see, it happens in the first. So when you watch him in A New Hope, and you're like, oh, Uncle Ben must be this grumpy old guy. It's like, no, Uncle Owen. Sorry, Uncle Owen. Sorry. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Uncle Owen here, like he's seen stuff, and it's been a hard life for the guy. Like I actually understood him a little bit better now. And fantastic acting there.
Just Tatooine overall like sucks. So
it's horrible.
Yeah.
He didn't. But the thing is, like, they didn't ask to be a part of the fight. They're just simple farmers trying to live their life, and it's terrible.
I know. I feel bad for Uncle Owen and
Uncle Owen, man. Emperor. It's more respect for them.
Yep. Talk about the cameo at the end. I mean, it was to be expected, right? Because we totally expected it. But then when you see it happen, and we do see Qui-Gon come back and point Obi-Wan into a new horizon, I guess, and get Obi-Wan to that level of master as well. So
yeah. Absolutely. But don't forget the other cameo. We got the Emperor, my friend. And that was not, that was not confirmed, but you and I suspected it. But it only make sense for even a moment. And having Ian McDermott show up and I like that
they did the makeup so he looked more like Return of the Jedi Emperor. So that was good. It's always great to see him, dude, because he's so good. And even like in here, it's like I really loved that cameo, right? Because he's like, even he's like, yo, Vader. It's like, just take it easy, bro. It's like it's like you're kind of a little bit too rowdy, and it's like you gotta take a step back and kind of like think this stuff through, right? It's like, this thing is weakening you. It's like
when the Dark Lord of the Sith is telling you to take a chill pill, you know you got problems.
Right.
But I also love this too, and it's like, I'm not trying to slide on. We've talked about the Rise of Skywalker ad nauseum, but let's be like, what are the cool things about this too? Is it's like, the Rise of Skywalker is not the last performance you have of Ian McDermott as Palpatine. This is the most recent one. You know what I'm saying? Like, no offense, I'm not saying he gave a bad performance there, but
I see.
They brought it because he was like, I don't know if I'll come back after this, whatever. Well,
it's good to see him back. It's always great. Yeah, it's always great to see him back. He's great. He's great.
No.
He's the best villain in my opinion. The best villain of anything.
Yeah.
Like he's the most evil and the bad. The more like he's the not well, he's smart, right? Because he's highly intelligent, right? But also the more like I think like planning and conniving, and it's like he's like this. Like he's always one step ahead, and it's like, oh, he's such a great villain, dude. It's like in fiction for sure, dude. Like honestly, he's like my he's like him and probably the Joker, like, but but Palpy is like, yeah, it was like it's number one, number two is like way down here, dude.
It's not the same. It's a different league.
Yep.
A question for you from the story. I just want to hear your explanation of this. Why did Reva want to go and kill Luke at this moment?
Revenge. She couldn't kill Vader. She figured out that Luke's Vader's kid, and she was.
So when did she figure out that he was his kid?
It sounded like she put two and two together when she saw the transmission from Organa.
See, like that's the thing. I feel like it's missing context. Like it would work. It would work better if they like the things that they spent more time on things they didn't. I agree.
The thing is that on the recording it says if he finds out about the children, so we're clearly talking about Vader. So because she's smart, like she's not,
absolutely,
like she's not the fifth brother. So
third sister. It's like the way he talks. Like, why'd they make him like this?
Yeah.
I rewatched some of Rebels again with him. Like, he wasn't that weird.
Nice.
I don't understand.
That's funny. I think she is. She was smart enough to put two and two together.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why that was my grasp. Yeah, and then Reva, of course, she has her redemption arc that we kind of expected. I expected it. I expected her to get redeemed and die, right?
Same.
But like the fact that she's out there, right? And we can potentially see her in Andor and or other stuff, because she's gonna be out there doing, like Obi-Wan told her, it's like you're free to to be who you want to be. You don't need to be anything that Vader's forcing you or the Jedi. No, you just be free to be whatever you want, right? So that was cool. That was cool.
And that is fundamentally a large part of Star Wars. Redemption.
Yeah.
It has always been about seeing hope in people, seeing the worst of people. Even they are not too lost. And I mean, you think about that, of course, with Anakin, right? You see that with Kylo Ren even later on. Like you see this here. That has always been a part of it. Even the worst, the people who seem like they're gone, even they have a light, they have a way that they can be redeemed. That's always been a part of Star Wars. So it made sense that they put that into the story. But to your point, I also did suspect that she wouldn't live, only because of specifically her knowledge of the Skywalkers. Like she understands them more than most people. I mean, there's ways around it, Obed. One of the theories I have is that maybe somehow they're going to have her influence the Wills, right? And that does kind of go into Rogue One a little bit, right? The Journal of the Wills. Now I'm getting real sweaty, guys. So like, talking about the whole storyline, if she knew some things, she kind of help fill the Bible of in between of Star Wars and fill those gaps in her own writing of what she saw happen. I don't know. That's just a theory of mine, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But it was good. Like overall, this episode, excellent. Like no gripes, other than it was too dark. I couldn't see.
literally.
Yeah. But yeah, as a whole, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the show. Like it wasn't bad, right? Problem is that the inconsistencies in the writing, they do need to work on that, because it's like it's a difference. Was like when you watch a show, like even I was gonna use Stranger Things as a good example, where each episode is good on their own merit, but like Moon Knight, right? Each episode was good on its own merit, and that's probably what the disappointment was for a lot of people, because everyone wanted the last episode on episode 3, and you can't, right? You gotta flesh out a story. The problem is that the padding was just not good. Like some of the panic was not good.
I agree. I
And
agree.
and you can't just give us like the big fight on the third episode, right? When it's the sixth episode, it's like, what are you gonna do for the rest of the show? So, but the in betweens, and that's where the problem was. And if they can get a good writing team together, if they can get Stan on board and rework some of the stuff that they had written before, right? Yeah, we may see season 2. We'll talk about it here in a minute, but
Yeah.
but we can potentially see it. It caps, right? It ends in a good place where you don't need to have a season 2, but we'll talk about that after we come back from a quick break. We'll
More
be right.
Obi-Wan.
We'll be right back, guys. We're back. Yeah, we're back. We're good. So, Variety is reporting that Ian McGregor and Hayden Christensen they're good to go. They're on board for season 2, but it seems like they still need to iron out some of the details. But yeah, Joel, what do you know?
Yeah, so I've got mixed feelings about this.
Okay.
Of course, my gut instinct is I want more. Of course, like I will not turn down more Star Wars and more Obi-Wan, favorite character in Star Wars. Of course, I want more of this, right? But I am hesitant to say more because I know there's controversy in some moments we were talking about. I think they played okay within the sandbox of okay, there are certain things that are absolutes within Star Wars that you can't change fundamentally. Luke never leaves Tatooine, right? So, like for example, when they say, "Hey, let's go on the run," it's like we stay in here because we okay, so that's consistent, right? Like
Yeah.
the Ben Kenobi versus Obi-Wan Kenobi, that they don't call, they call him Ben around the town. It's not a name I've heard in a long time. Like there's specific detail, Darth Vader not knowing about his kids and all that kind of stuff. I get concerned that as it goes on, especially if they bring Hayden back specifically, how they kind of dance between that. I'm not saying they can't do it. It's absolutely something they can do. It's just I don't know that I trust Disney to do it, if that makes sense.
Ooh, okay. That's yeah. I kind of agree with that. So basically when they asked Kathleen Kennedy, she said that if there's demand for it, they'll make it happen, which there is, right? A lot of people are saying it's like, oh yeah, I want more. It's great. It's like, oh, we want. So that's the big if right there, right? We'll have to wait and see.
Which is the right like Kathleen Kennedy, that answer she gave was actually one of the better answers she's given in a long time for stuff.
That was very positive.
I think she gets it. I think she gets it. Like we're not going to just greenlight this to milk the cow to get the money. Like, and that's what they've been accused of before, right? Like putting the money before the story.
Yeah.
Of course, we're all going to spend our money to watch the next season of Obi-Wan if it comes out. Come
Of
on, we're
course,
not
yeah.
canceling our subscriptions. I wasn't planning on canceling it anyways, but the point being is like we'll be here. Um, I do think though if they take a direction where they kind of cross into Rebels a little bit, and they I don't know that they remake, but maybe tell a story in between where actually what we saw in Rebels, that wasn't the first time that Maul and Obi-Wan had the rematch between Clone Wars and their and Rebels, but maybe there actually was another time that Obi-Wan and Maul had a confrontation and it was necessary. I actually think that that's supposedly what the story was supposed to be initially for this show.
Yeah.
Before that, Filoni came in and said we're doing Vader instead. But I would love to see them take the route of doing more Maul and actually less Vader in this next one. And I know that sounds crazy because I love Hayden Christensen's Vader. I just it's because of what they're meddling between. I'm afraid that they're gonna mess something up.
But what if? See, because as it stands now, right? I'm good with Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
Obi-Wan got his closure. He's gonna do his thing with Qui-Gon, and we see him again when the Maul thing happens, right? And then Any Hope. I think that his story, like even if we don't see more, I think it's at a good spot right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to know what Vader and the Grand Inquisitor are up to, like going around and messing people up. That I would like to see that, dude.
Right, and that's why they don't need to do Obi-Wan season 2. They need to do Vader now, right?
Yeah.
Vader, a Star Wars story or whatever, right?
Yep.
Like that's what they need to do. And again, that sounds crazy coming from Obi-Wan Kenobi fanboy.
I know, right? Me too. Yeah.
Favorite
Wave
character, my phone
yeah.
finger and love the guy, right? That sounds really mental, but that's what I think it's just out of my care for the character that I think I'm okay. At the same extent, of course, if we see more, like okay, the Qui-Gon stuff clear, like that's what I'm saying. Do it without Vader, which I feel sad because of course I want more, but my concern is like, okay, if you bring Vader back in, so how many times is he gonna fight Vader, and it's gonna be like, hey, we're gonna call this a tie and walk away. You can't keep doing that. Like in this one, that makes sense, right? It's the prophecy. If you understand, like as goofy as that sounds, like that's how it has to be, right? You can't off Anakin because Anakin has to fulfill the prophecy later on, all that kind of stuff. But you can't have those. Let's have another showdown, round 4, and like that's what gets me a little concerned.
Yeah, I think that's what, because we'll have it right where they don't need to meet until episode 4. It's done. Right. It's said done. They did the thing, right?
Right.
But I want to see like I want to see Vader leading up to Rebels. Like what is he doing? What's the Grand Inquisitor doing? Right? What are the other Inquisitors doing and whatnot? And it's like, oh, I've gotten this thing. It's like, oh yeah, this we're looking for like Sith artifacts or whatever. It's something, right? That's what I want to see. Because
what about Vader and Starkiller?
See, I would better like to see like an adaptation, even if it's not, of course, not 100% accurate, for something like Shadows of the Empire, where someone's trying to kind of like work their way into like Palpatine's good side to get rid of Vader so they can be the number 2. That I want to see that struggle within the villains, right? I would like to see that.
The politics, the
correct. Yeah. So, that's what I would like to see. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Even if we don't get any more Obi-Wan, I think there's meat to cut with Vader. Like you can have a Vader like series like leading up to Rebels. It's like maybe have it to where he finds out that Ahsoka's still alive. And then you can bridge that into, or you can bridge the Ahsoka show into that, or something you can do there. Because there's, the Ahsoka show's coming, and it's basically going to be live action Rebels. So,
yeah.
And who knows if there be, any cameos or flashbacks or something that we can see them again, right? So
okay. Time out. Now you've just said something huge, right? Because that was one of the complaints that people had also with this show is that we thought we were going to have more Clone Wars
Mm-hmm.
flashbacks, right? With specifically Anakin, Obi-Wan. If you bring Hayden back, you don't have to go. You don't have to show it the Vader stuff in the future. You can give more of the flashbacks of the past of them fighting in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I think you sold me on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's. I would like to see it. I'm excited. Like I'm really excited because Andor looks really good.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really hyped for that. Of course, Bad Batch, my boys are back, so
yeah.
gotta do that. Then Mando and then Ahsoka right next year. And as of right now, that's it. And I mean, supposedly that Taika Waititi movie is coming out next year. I don't know.
Right.
We'll see. Maybe they can do like a Christmas next year because that movie's not even in production yet. So I don't know.
It's not even in production. It's a Star Wars, but they didn't even have the audacity to have them come on stage. The only thing I think, Obed, and we'll get into conventions in a bit, but D23 might be because they did promise they'll have both Marvel and Lucasfilm announcements, new announcements.
Okay.
So I can think maybe was that August?
That's August, right? Yeah.
Maybe that's where we'll have Taika and Patty or something discussed around that more.
Well, that Patty Jenkins movie was on hold, right? They put it on hold.
It is, but then apparently they are still saying at specifically Celebration, I guess like in side interviews, they said those things are still happening.
Okay. Well, we'll see. But yeah, Joel, this is a good segue. Comic-Con. Go ahead, man.
Well, it's happening. Let's do a little not unboxing because they didn't put a box this year, guys. They just mailed out manila pads here with these little badges, but that's it right there. That is my badge for Comic-Con. All the days plus preview day. I will not be showing you the back because that has confidential information. But it's Lord of the Rings themed on the badge, as you saw there. It is coming up, obviously, July this year, confirmed to still be happening. Not selling tickets. They're going to auction off extra tickets for like charity or something. So that's very different. And then, we didn't know who would be there, but guess what? We got confirmation today. Marvel Studios indeed will be returning to Hall H. And what a great time to do it, considering that Warner Brothers has been quiet. Don't ask, don't tell when it comes to the future of the franchise.
I don't want to get into specifics, Joel, but it keeps just getting weirder and weirder and crazier, dude. Oh my goodness.
I'll be careful because I don't want. Again, I don't want to get into it. Like you're saying, that's not what we're here to do. But I did tell you guys I had a weird feeling about this thing.
You got a bad feeling about this.
I had a bad feeling. I had no idea this kind of stuff like that. No, even with me having the feelings, I did not suspect this terrible. But there must have been reasons why directors were dropping from this project. I don't think this is just them dropping from the project because they were having problems with Warner Brothers. I'm sorry. I don't necessarily know that people were getting along with the talent on this movie.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense, though.
And then you read the Rolling Stones article about what the people on the set had to say, where they were like, "Oh no, Ezra was not cool to work with on set." Like, and I believe that report from Rolling Stones. I think there's something there that's going on. But again, we're not going to. We'll talk about Ezra when Warner Brothers decides to.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
They ain't released a statement, so we're not going to talk about till they put a statement. Everything else is just reports and hearsay.
Yep.
But with this, Kevin Feige has officially put out statements. So I'm hoping for a great show. I'm hoping to try my best, of course, to get in the room, and I'll try and bring you all coverage from it. Predictions, I think they'll wait to release this is just a guess. I think they'll wait to release the Phase 5 lineup until D23. Now, I would love for them to do the Phase 5 announcements, but I think if anything, they'll make it more of a Disney Plus kind of thing. They already there's pictures going on online, Obed, I don't know if you've seen them, of She-Hulk being put around downtown San Diego outside the convention center activations. So I could see them taking more of a Disney Plus, showing us more She-Hulk, showing us more of the Secret Invasion stuff with Sam Jackson's Nick Fury. And I think you'll probably get whatever whatever trailer you want for Wakanda Forever, probably
Oh
from there
yeah,
too.
we haven't seen anything.
Not seen nothing. So I feel like that would be the place that you would get
They're
kind of your plan for that
they're
stuff.
really keeping that movie very very secretive, and
Yeah.
that means that there has to be a recast, and we just don't know. It's like,
I guess. I mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
that's true.
I'm hoping that that's the case, right? I don't.
Yeah. So
Um,
I,
yeah,
I don't I don't expect it to be anything too crazy, but it's Hall H. They have they they put on a show last time I was there, so I don't know what to expect outside of those three. That's gonna be my predictions.
is
So,
if is Fantastic Four supposed to be part of Phase 4, or is that Phase 5?
no, phase five, because
Okay.
that was. We thought it was phase four because he ended last presentation saying Fantastic Four and Mutants are coming and Blade. Those are the three. Like he just said their names and that was it. We didn't see a thing.
Yep.
So maybe you have a point. Maybe he'll talk more Fantastic Four, maybe more Blade. I don't know. I mean, maybe it is the phase five lineup. I don't know. There's a lot of conjecture, Obit. I don't want to get my hopes too high, just because the initial assumption from people was that they weren't going to be at Comic-Con because they said that they were going to be at D23 and they were going to have the next future laid out there. But at the same time, he did say that, he did basically allude to the Secret Wars. I don't know if you got to read the interview over the weekend, but Feige's been doing press saying that basically everything with the incursions, everything they've been setting up, it's coming to a big event that everyone knows about, being the Secret Wars. So clearly that's what phase five is going to be going into. Um, I don't know, man. Outside of that stuff, hopefully it's not Eternals too. That's not the thing they announced there, because that would be awkward.
I don't think we'll see. I don't think we'll see the Eternals as a team thing at all. I think we'll see one here and there, like spread around other movies. Like they're gonna be back, but it's like, oh, the Eternals will be back, right? But in which capacity, right? That's to be debated.
Appearances, random.
Yeah.
Like Kingo was referenced in, spoilers, guys, at Miss Marvel. You'll know there's a reference there. I know that there's some stuff with Kingo in the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special coming out this year. Apparently, like something with Kingo and that too. So like, there's like gonna be, like you said, like little sprinkles throughout, but don't anticipate Eternals too. But I say that now, then they're gonna laugh in my face and put that right up on the big screen.
Directed by Steven Spielberg.
Well, then it might actually be
get like a James Cameron's
they do
Eternals too.
Right. Well, then I'll change my song probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so pumped for Comic-Con. Obviously, I'm sure with the Amazon paying for all the badges that have Lord of the Rings on it, the Rings of Power. I'm sure it's going to be a huge activation for that. I assumed that it was just going to be Warner being the main Saturday thing, but I guess it's going to be maybe both. Maybe we'll finally have which the last time they did that, I think, was the Batman vs Superman year. Batman vs Superman Age of Ultron year was the last time, and the same year, I think was last, I could be wrong, that they had them both on the same. It's been weird ever since then.
So it's 2014, right?
Something like
15, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So, but then I think Sony's going to have a great show. If I had to predict, I mean, thinking about probably Venom 3, right? I would imagine Miles Morales Into the Spider-Verse 2. And I mean, maybe something with Toby and Andrew. Maybe they'll bring them out for that. And maybe we'll see something announced or alluded to what the future is there. Probably the Madame Web will probably be there too.
Oh yeah, because that's done already, right?
Yeah, I'll probably see something from that. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Stay. I guess stay connected so you can get updates from Joel once he's over there in the Comic-Cons. All right, Joel. Before I jump into this, because it's I didn't put it on the notes, but did you see that there's a rumor that there's gonna be a Sony like PlayStation event this week, a hardware event?
I heard that.
Okay, it's supposed to be
week, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a premium headset and 2 monitors, gaming monitors. That I don't know if they're going to be PlayStation branded or if there's
Tried that before.
yeah, but it's probably another company, and then they're doing a PlayStation partnership. That could be it, right? One's supposed to be like a 4K 144 hertz. The other one is I think like a 1080p like 250 hertz. That's like pretty high. So that's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That they're doing that. It seems like they're really banking or putting money on that the variable refresh rate, and they want people to take advantage of it. And unfortunately, like TVs that support it are expensive, and not everyone has access to that. But releasing something smaller, 27-inch, 25-inch monitor with those features that could be appealing to a lot of users. But I just want to talk about some of the numbers that came out of Japan that are very surprising. So last week, the Xbox outsold the PS5 by a significant margin. In mostly due to there's no stock. Basically, there's an actual shortage of PS5s. We joked about it earlier this week, but basically, like the Xbox, the numbers that are out there based on the information from Famitsu is that the Series S sold 3,423, Series X 3,272, PS5 2,371. So there's it seems like Sony is indeed having trouble manufacturing them. Something is going on, which is why those rumors that they may just go ahead and fast track the slim version. That way they can get parts and change a few things. That way they can get parts for it. I don't know. This is weird. It's super weird. And we joked about it because Best Buy, like on their site right now, readily available. You can get any Xbox you want. Like there's like no waiting lists, no queues, nothing. You can just go in, no drops. PS5 on the other hand, it's still to this day very hard to get a hold of it. It's nuts, dude.
But how many years into this thing? Like it's crazy.
Almost 2 years now. Yeah,
crazy. I think it's a little misleading when people look at it at first and say, oh, these are Xbox Series X and Series S are selling better than the PS5 in Japan. You read the headline, people think, oh, Yoshi, Xbox is finally doing it.
Which is good because Xbox always struggled in Japan forever.
I was going to say, that's great news for them. But it's actually misleading. The problem is they sold so many PlayStation 5s, they can't sell anymore. They just keep winning so much they can't stop. They can't stop, man. So look, I'm happy for Microsoft. You and I both said it. Like, we would get Series S's. Like that's something that I mean, you may end up getting one soon. I don't know. I mean, you've mentioned it a few times.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very these are great consoles. I would love to have them. I'm very happy for what's going on there. But I just think, to me, it's not weird that something's going, because where are we talking about? Japan. Well, traditionally, PlayStation and Japan have been synonymous. Like there's a great relationship there with the people in the community and the gaming community. So of course I would imagine that would sell extremely well. I'm not shocked to hear there's shortages in Japan of all places for PlayStation. Now what is more like you're saying, a plot, like you give credit where credit's due is how well Xboxes are selling in light of the shortages. Because there people could just say, well, there's shortages, I'm just gonna wait. No, they're actually going and getting these things because they're good. So kudos to you. Great job, Microsoft. Xbox, awesome. Really happy for you all. It's good to see them reach out and branch out internationally like that. To take you back for a second, when you mentioned about the monitors, man, I instantly thought of the PlayStation TV. I remember that thing.
Yeah.
I actually had tried to get one, like when I first got my PS3. It's like, oh, maybe I should
for
get
PS3,
this. Like, this would be fun. And I was like, nah, I saw it in person. I was like, nah, this is not what I
Yeah,
need.
it was funky. I remember seeing it. Remember when there was that Sony store in at the
Yeah.
Mall of Millennia?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's where I
It was
saw it.
overpriced.
It
That
was,
was
it
the
was. But yeah, no, if they do come out with like a line of monitors that you can, because a monitor you can use for, your computer, and you can use for a
right.
PlayStation, or even an Xbox, right? For that matter.
Yeah.
So, if they come out with a good product, I'm not willing. I'm not gonna upgrade. I got my, mine. It's 1080p, but I can do 166, and it has
Oh yeah.
HDR, so I don't need to upgrade a monitor. But if you're in the in the market for a monitor, you may want to wait until next week and see what these things are going to be.
Sure.
And yeah, I guess whatever that new premium headset is, I'll take a look at it. Although I haven't been really using my PS5 headset. I've been just using standard sound.
Yeah.
I'm in the house. My daughter's going around. I was like, oh, so
Well, I will though. Just for our listeners out there, if you guys are looking to get a PS5, Amazon's been doing these request and invitation. So that's been really awesome because
yeah.
then you get an exclusive link. It's not just everyone bombarding the servers. If you're invited, then you get an actual chance to be a part of a group, and it's a better chance to actually get a console.
And Sony
So I
has the
recommend.
Yeah, and Sony still has their sign up where you can, it's like
Yep.
interested, and you can sign up with your PSN account, and
Right.
and get it. So
Yep. I
yeah,
think there's an Amazon thing happening tomorrow, so I could be wrong, but check it out, guys. If you're not following Wario64 on Twitter, and we're not paid to sponsor this guy, I'm just
yeah, yeah,
giving
yeah.
you all a shout out.
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
go follow this dude. He's the guy that will tell you when these things
It's
are
the guy with the
dropping.
drops. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cool. Joel, that's all we got this week.
absolutely.
Looking forward to see if there's any other news coming out this week. Of course, if there's any news from PlayStation or that rumored Nintendo Direct that will happen next week, we'll definitely cover it.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Joel, where can people find us?
Thank you all for sticking with us. We want to make sure you stay subscribed to our podcast. So make sure you subscribe on podcast platforms of your choice, places like Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, find Amazon Music. Find us on your podcast platform of choice. Subscribe to us. We also invite you to write a review. If you'd write a review for us on places like Spotify and Amazon Music and Apple Music, like these places would be really great for us to spread the word, tell others about the show. So go ahead and write a review if you could. Also, subscribe to the video version on our YouTube channel. Go and follow, subscribe to us, write a comment, like the video, share these episodes with your friends and family. Would really appreciate that. Make sure you also follow us on social media. Like Obed said, next month I'll be at San Diego Comic-Con breaking out as much content as I can for you all. So make sure you're following us. You're watching a video, you'll see the social handles down below at No Load Time on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Also, make sure that you are following us on our Twitch account. You can follow us, Twitch, No Load Time altogether. You also see that down below if you're watching the video right now. And last but not least, if you have a question, comment, anything you'd like to potentially discuss with us about, maybe that we could talk about on a future episode, send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. And maybe, just maybe, we'll talk about it on a future episode. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you next episode.
Thank you guys. Stay safe. We'll see you again next time.